There are legends and stories wrapped into great songs, sung by bards for all to hear. These stories tell those of great warriors, evil tyrants, brave children, and cowardly kings. Thrones and treasures cause wars, gods and devils play bring destruction. The desires of a dark soul may bring annihilation, while the bright heart of a boy king will try and save it. Men and women of nations answer the call to arms, to fight for their country, their home, their families. Marching to the sound of a war drum, the billowing of a ship's sail, under the great radiant one, under chords thunders in the dead of night. The sound of rain hitting metal as a soldier readies his shield, as he stares into the orcish faces of the legion. The guttural war cries strike his heart with fear, but his young king saddles his warhorse and rallies the men. A half-elven arcanist prepares a ritual in case the unblemished get too close. Lord and Chief Dialfi checks his coalition of half-bloods and those await across the meadows with means to end them. Matthias stares into the burning pit, containing a great scourge on the land. He with his princes of peace delve into the devil's head to put an end to the rebirth of evil. Micah, in his old age, stands strong in his armor as Hector, the tyrant, assaults the dark with the shadow soldiers, slaying the tyrant and ending the shadows. Light shines once again. I am here to tell you a story, one of love, triumph, justice, and tragedy. A story that will echo throughout eternity. Cross every sea, ride every cloud, from the Isles of Setonia to the great city of Stamrin. Heroes and villains, husbands and wives, brothers and sisters all play their part. As Bahamut sits on his throne in Elysia, and the evil one fights his way out of hell, a group of misfits find their way through the valleys, the meadows, the mountains, and seas. I am here to tell your story, by the fire in every tavern, the square in every town, or the stage in every city I come to. What's in those stories for me to tell is entirely up to you. Welcome to Manola.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Chaos. We are a chaotic cast, a bunch of dudes that hang out and play some D&D in our homebrewed world of Redelion. We invite you to join us in the Chaos by subscribing to our channel on YouTube and following us on Instagram at chaoticcast.tv. We have shifted our allegiance in the audio and ambience world, and so now we are using Critical Role's music for our stream. So if you're looking for an awesome soundscape full of various options with several varieties of ambience selections to enhance your game, check out Critical Role on their website, critrole.com/ I forget what the slash is. Anyway, you can find their music on there. I'm sure it's easy to find on their website. Check them out on their YouTube channel as well. You can also find this music selection and set and album on any of your musical streaming apps or devices. Anyway, so on and so forth. Check out their music, it's really good. And lastly, we'd like to show thanks and gratitude to Dwayne's World, our local game store that provides a ton of items and accessories you see and play here at our table. Dwayne's World is a one-stop shop for all things tabletop, comic books, and various other awesome nerdy things. Check them out on Facebook, Dwayne's World. Thank you, Dwayne. Travis, tell them about upcoming content.
Hey, we got more Manola review. Top 5 favorite videos. Does anybody believe me? Painting with the DM. D&D 5e breakdown. And more.
Yeah. We really need to get up on the content. Okay, Hunter, tell them where to find us.
At chaoticcast.tv on Twitter, Instagram. What's our Reddit handle? Is it just r/catcast.tv, I think.
Sure.
Oh, hi, senpai.
Check us out.
Master of. And Landon, any announcements from your side of things, the techno universe?
No.
No. All right. As always, major thanks to Wizards of the Coast and for the creators of Dungeons and Dragons for bringing the greatest tabletop RPG game to life, in which we all enjoy very much. Shout out to Matt Mercer and the cast of Critical Role, as well as Jason Alvedo and the cast of Realmsmith for all their inspiration and support. We love all you guys, and all you guys. That being said, let's jump into the chaos. When we last left the Faded Few, several events have occurred over the past few weeks for our group as Violet and Craeloth have adventured from the sleepy town of Follyfield and made their way to Norgel by way of Maple Dock, Bilgewald, and Cogston. Along the way, picking up new friends in Newt, Cole, and Helios, as well as Cortland and Harpene, the group settled out many issues revolving around the area, especially in Maple Dock and Cogsdale, where our group secured a good stance within the city's leadership. Lately, while arriving in the college town of Norgel, the group has finally met the wizard mentor of Newt's past while they investigate a clue from Violet's order. All the while searching for a person of interest in Craeloth's past, hand in hand with a friend of Cole. I just realized in the recap I put koala. Anyway, it seems our entire group had a purpose for being in Norgel. The group signed up to take part in a local celebration by entering the stadium event. You all also explored the inventors' quarter of the town by shopping around in the Shadow Bazaar, where Cole found a broken yacht rocket and Helios met a strange entity in a back alley. After spending time there, you made your way to Aldoni's tower and rescued him from a predicament that he had fallen into, and learned several pieces of knowledge that were almost overwhelming at the time. Going on from there, he asked you to help him on a quest of procuring a relic from a local manor. He gave you his contact information, which happened to be a shopkeeper that you had already spoken to previously. Speaking again with this person, you were also given information of another group that also has interest in this supposed relic, and has offered to meet to plan a heist together. Only problem is, it seems one of you has a past with this person or persons. Those are the issues and decisions at play currently. However, a few questions or issues roil in the back of your minds. Craeloth's people, Ultia, Sitonia, where Leah and Cortland are supposedly, Sylvana, this mysterious figure, deeply rooted in Mural's past, Wendell or Wendell, however you want to pronounce his name, is still missing. Mother Guthrie seems to be different than what you originally last remember. The Golden One, who has now shown himself to two of the members of the party, and the legendary Raoul.
Over legendaries or
You all have just exited
infamous
the assembly court. It has been adjourned. On your way out, you each kind of sort of had a vision that affected you in whatever way for whatever reason. And as you guys are exiting the court of assemblies after getting a swelth of information, the bright and sunny streets of Norgel greet you as a ton of people and college kids. There's just everyday business occurring on the streets. A lot of kids that are in the magical college, the College of Arcadia, and that are moving about and around, going from various probably classes to other classes, or dorm rooms to classrooms, or just hanging out, doing whatever. Did you all exit in the mass exodus, leaving the assembly? What do you guys do? It's also about midday. It's probably like 1:30, 2 o'clock.
That could have gone better.
Where's the Norgel map? Do we have one?
Yeah.
I want to go to the college. It's close, right?
The college is massive. It's like there's not just like one building. It's like an array of buildings. It's kind of like ETSU.
We were at we were in what, the Coliseum. Is that where the thing was happening?
No, you all were there. You all were in the assembly court, so number 11 on the map. You've kind of just exited into that kind of open courtyard area. So the college is less like multiple buildings, and different buildings are kind of different schools of magic or different other things, like whatever it is. So depending on kind of what you're looking for will determine.
What was the name of the core wizard who was that I've talked to before? It's on that was given my side?
Nico.
Nico. Was he around? Was he exiting everybody, or did they exit separately?
Roll a perception check.
10.
You probably don't see him, right? There's so many people just moving out and about as you guys are out there. It's probably hard to pick out.
I did test rolls before we started. Rolled 2, 4, 8, 6. Now 5. I mean, how much to play, dude?
I mean, you know he's there, or he was there somewhere, but you're also, I mean, this being court wizards, he could instantly.
Is my amulet still there?
As you reach out to touch.
I want to try to find just some like college kids that are like inventing magical items or whatnot. It's pretty straightforward.
You probably have to ask around.
The Nimbus 2000.
I'm gonna go find the college kids that are inventing.
I mean, you see plenty.
Well, I just want to find some kid that looks like he's trying to prove himself and ask him to invent something for me.
So, probably, if you're wanting to find kids that aren't busy or going on, probably later in the day, if you would go to the Spills and Quills Tavern, you might be able to find somebody, you know, just kind of after school hours, kind of chilling. Because right now, a lot of the college kids, they're still like in the middle of their day.
Still.
I'm ones getting picked on.
Is there a library or anywhere, like a place that might have some books on the history of whatever they have?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean there's probably I mean there's not going to be like a specific library marked because a lot of the various buildings and places within the college quarter have like micro libraries according to whatever. So like if you're looking for some sort of like ancient text and old historical things, there's probably a place for that. You'll just have to see if you can figure out where.
Okay, I'll do that real quick.
So just
not
like,
real quick, but like before we go to Screaming Myrtle.
okay.
We just have to meet with the people before we go do that. I think we need to have a collective meeting at some point today.
When was the last time we saw Al Downey? Was he?
He's with us.
He was with us
He's with us.
for the same.
Yeah,
He's with us now.
No, it seems when the meeting was being adjourned or whatever, it looked like the hostess called some of the court wizards, and probably that's where you would have last saw Nico, and Aldoni also went, and he hasn't rejoined.
I don't know that name.
Nico is Matthias' court wizard.
Oh yeah. I didn't meet her.
Huh?
Is there a place I can like stand off the side and like wait? See if they come out later.
Yeah, I mean, so the exit of this thing is like maybe 2 or 3 sets of double doors, and currently there's just people pouring out of it.
Yeah, I'll just step off to the side like nonchalantly, just.
Before I take off to find this book, I just want to ask Craeloth, like, what can you tell me about this tab?
I mean, I didn't even know his name until recently, but he kind of helped me leave for Volgia before everything happened in mysterious ways, but I don't, like I said, I didn't even know his name. I just knew he was here. He sent me a message.
Is he on some kind of mission?
Yeah, I got this letter here actually.
I
need to ask Aldoni about it, but
I just had a vision, and I feel like I was seeing through Tao's eyes. I could be wrong, but
what did you see?
I was back in my cell writing the signs on the walls, and I kept saying that, damn him, I'm going to stop this, or I'm going to stop him.
I don't know why he was even in jail. He has a mysterious past.
But I didn't write the symbols on the walls, they were already there. So I felt like I was seeing through his history or somehow we're connected to something.
Definitely have some questions for him.
Mm.
Here, I'll let you read the letter.
I remember the
I don't know how old that is. That's why I'm going to stop out Donnie next time I see him, but it gives kind of some background maybe where Tal's at. Do I know the town, Revere, where that's at?
Yes, you would. It's a very common port city on the eastern coast of the Johnson.
Oh, I see it.
You would remember it as like a small community, mostly dedicated to fishing of sorts. But also, it's kind of like the welcoming city because a lot of the travelers and visitors from Manola would land on the eastern coast or the southern coast. And so Revere has become like a debarking place for a lot of travelers,
Gotcha.
merchants, any of that stuff.
Depending on how old this letter is, or if we can send him a message, maybe we can get some more information. Now that we have his name, maybe we'll be able to reach him. I'm not sure how that magic works, but worth a shot.
I might need more than just a name.
Like what he looks like.
Yeah.
I'll pull my fine clothes in my backpack.
Maybe we can talk to Aldoni. He can do a little minor illusion.
He's a fancy bugbear.
This
Would you
like
like
this
me?
was wrote a long time ago. doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of old information, but he might still be there.
And I'm gonna just take off and try to find some books.
Okay, so
I'll meet you at where we be talking to the people at.
We haven't decided yet.
We don't know where they're meeting us.
We have to go back and talk to
The shop.
the shopkeep, and she was gonna set up the meeting. But they only want to talk to one of us,
Okay.
so we kind of need to talk that out and see who's gonna go talk to them.
You know the people, don't you?
I don't know them personally. I know of them. But I'm not very good at talking to them. So,
If you had to put a number on, you'd say about 9 or
6.
real bad.
I would be a severe detriment to if I tried to
Can I find
maybe
somewhere?
persuade or deceive them.
Can I find somewhere close just so I can gather materials of summon hog again?
Yeah. So, let's see. So in the college quarter, in the College of Arcania, a lot of the materials and stuff needed are provided to the students. For someone like you would probably have to go towards the bazaar to find these materials.
So you gotta pay for them, though, right?
Yeah. Because, I mean, they're not going to just give them to you because you're not a student.
I mean, if I was.
Possibly.
Alright.
You'd probably have to figure out what is the method of exchange, because there's got to be a way that they distinguish students from non-students.
Let's see. I'm gonna disguise myself as Aldoni.
Okay.
I'm back. Gotta run off. Gotta go find some stuff.
Did
Some
you tell
hog.
us what
Bye.
you were
See
trying
ya.
to do?
No. I forgot.
Alright.
Well, I just did it as Aldoni. I'm like, gonna be back. Gotta go find hog. Gotta go something. So, see you later. Bye. Just gonna creep off like Aldoni does.
I don't think they're going to give him the supplies. I feel like they'll be like, you should have
Which
enough
direction
money
are
to
you
do
headed
this
in?
without us having to give you stuff.
Okay, I'm headed there. Okay, 13.
Okay, it'll take you a few minutes because, I mean, the streets are busy, so. Especially right here. I mean, there's probably, I don't know, 1,000 to 2,000 people in this assembly meeting. And then, you all kind of set on that, like, upper 500-ish section. So it's like people exit all at the same time. You all come down the stairs, and then there's people just leaving that were spectating. The Court of Assemblies in Norgel, like, probably as you all have been traveling, the people in Follyfield and Maple Dock and places, they don't really, it's not that they don't know or they don't recognize. I mean, they know and they recognize that the Fourth Assembly is a thing, but they just don't necessarily believe in its importance because there's no direct effect on their everyday lives of it. Here, it seems like this is a held up, very prestigious, important thing. So even like the common people and a lot of the older people that have been here, or like the nobles that have been here for a long time, they come and they visit these meetings because it's kind of like the world newspaper almost. They get to come in, they get to see what's going on, and they might have business interest on other islands and other things within the archipelago that they're going to make decisions on. All kinds of different stuff. So it's like a very different scenario for people here versus people where you all previously been. But anyway, regardless of the fact, you were making your way kind of in that direction as Aldoni. It'll take probably about 20 minutes or so to get there. Okay. Still kind of waiting outside for Nico. Yeah. There's been swaths of people coming out.
Or Aldoni, either one.
Or Aldoni. Okay. Go ahead and roll another perception check since it's been, some time. Dude, you're just struggling to see. There keeps
different dice.
I did.
You've been very, like seeing a mass array of people over the month while trying to procure goods and things for Volgia. Violet and Cole, what are you doing?
Do you want to go case out this building that they were talking about, the haunted house?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Okay, I want to.
We're gonna go case that. Huh?
I don't want to.
You're giving up your search.
I can't find it. This is getting me nowhere.
You do know that Aldoni said you're more than welcome to stay in his tower.
Yeah, we'll meet up later.
He possibly could be in his tower later.
Listen, this probably doesn't need to be said since it seemed obvious, at least to me. But that was bullshit, right?
Well, I was gonna ask you about it later, but I didn't feel it was too pressing.
Okay, good.
Because I didn't really believe it, but I was gonna confirm.
Yeah, it's false. In fact, they're the ones that murdered. So.
Inside check. What my inside is. 26.
Ooh. So Travis can't really roll for this because he doesn't remember. Craeloth has no remembrance of it.
Does he at least believe what he's saying, or is he?
I was 100% blackout drunk. Could not move. There's no way I did this. And then I could show you how they're the murderers, and I'll use my summon echo. I mean, look at the evidence. Hummerth appears. Thank goodness.
I've talked to Hummerth before.
They killed him.
Okay. I mean, I know that he was killing your people.
Yeah, it's like, not that guy I killed. No, not the other guy I killed. This guy.
Okay. I'm gonna go case the haunted house.
Y'all are gonna head back into the inventor's quarter, and you're gonna head deep within it, almost to the edge to where the wall is. It's in the very back. So it'll take you all a good amount of time to get there. So we're gonna flash back to Newt while you guys are starting to walk that way. All right, Newt. You get over to the exterior of that next block, and you see various buildings. Some that are like clothes and tunics. It looks like just a shop for everyone to purchase new clothes, like school robes and different things. And as you're in there, you kind of notice some cool things. Like there's different color styles, and it looks like there's different groups or societies within the school. So just take like a little note of that. And as you keep going, you finally get to a part that's it's called materials and arcane supplements. So I assume you enter.
Yep. No need. Let's see what it takes to.
It's a magical whey protein.
On the inside, you see a half-orcish lady who is kind of perched up with these massive glasses, and she's she has really deep, dark green skin, and she's drawn on red lipstick and red eyebrows. She looks Looks a bit much. And you see her like dismiss some kids before you're kind of waiting in line, and she's like, "And don't come back unless you provide me with sustainable identification. No longer will I give you anything else."
Big mole.
Next.
Yes, madam. Oh, my beautiful dear, you are so ravishing this evening. How are you doing today?
What is it, Professor?
I just need some incense and charcoal that I can burn in the brass bra.
The what?
A brass brazier is what it says.
Brazier.
You're saying brazier. She says, "Excuse me."
I'm sorry, madam. Sometimes my mouth runs away from my brain. You know how it is.
I don't even know how to continue this. Well, all right. Incense, charcoal, and that's it. That's all you need. About how much of each?
Charcoal and herbs, about 10 gold worth.
10. Go ahead and get out your identification amulet, and then I will be right back.
Yes, ma'am.
And she like turns around and she opens up this curtain, and you hear some like rattling of different
Intelligence is a side stat, right?
like little kind of like
I mean,
what's the like little toolbox thing that has all like micro drawers that people put nuts and bolts and screws in?
Toolbox?
Yeah, but I feel like that one. It's like that plastic thing that has all the
The
little
nut
bitty
box.
drawers. I feel like it's called something. Anyway,
Like
whatever it
a
is.
box
She,
full of nuts and bolts.
she's basically going through this box, and she's like, gathering up. You can just hear like little tink and things. She returns a few minutes later. All right, looks like I have what you need here. Do you have your identification amulet?
Dude, I must have left it in my other robes, madam. I'm sorry.
Well, then how will the school know to bill you?
Bill me?
Yeah.
I can just give it to you now.
We don't exchange money here. Are you kidding me? This is a college town. We'll get robbed.
I was just leaving the court assembly. I haven't had time. I had to put my fancy robes on.
Fancy robes.
I'm so sorry, madam. Can I bring it back this evening?
Make a deception check. Deception or persuasion. I guess you're kind of doing both. It's up to you.
Your bra too.
That's fancy bra.
That is
You got a bronze bra.
It is a gift from the deep.
I mean, in your mind, did you really think
21.
that you had to... Oh my gosh. Did you really think that you had to, like, burn it in a bra?
I thought it said Brazil.
DD's weird as hell sometimes, but whatever. That's what it said.
21. Did you do perception? Or
Persuasion.
Persuasion. So you're going to come back and get it? You want me just to keep it out?
I really need this now. You know who I am, you know where I stay, you know where I live. I swear I will be back this evening with my amulet.
Okay. Pay. She gives you materials.
Here's 12. Keep the change.
Ding, ding.
You had a brass
She's like, all right. Next!
Thank you, sweet lips.
She's like, damn professors. Alright, anyway. You all
I
have just,
just, just got talking too quick and trying to say bowl.
And I'll start heading back to look for a book.
look for a book where?
On either, so I want to find either one on the gift or the Princes of Peace. Just a book about them.
Okay, so where do you want to, like what? So you just want to kind of head towards like a historical, okay. When you look and you're trying to look around to see where you need to go, you assume it's going to be kind of back towards where the registration stuff is. There's a lot more buildings dedicated to just research and study there. Alright. you all have arrived to the Inventor's Quarter. Took you about 40 minutes to get there. As you guys are making your way back towards the manor.
What's the deal with this place?
Oh yeah. It's supposedly haunted
Sorry.
by
This Mary's Manor.
Midnight Manor.
Midnight Mary. There it is.
Is Midnight Mary the one where you look in the mirror and say her name 3 times?
Well, I heard you just walk around at night and then she comes out and greets you.
Just walk around. I don't know how to do that, man.
What flavor?
Let's see. We're after a thing called the Lightless Well in her manor.
Okay.
It's a black. Is it like a hand mirror, or is it like? We don't know.
I'm not really sure.
I mean, how hard is it to find a well? Just don't fall down it.
It's like a mirror. The well, I don't know. I don't know. You know how they like to name these timeless, priceless artifacts.
I'm really good at finding things.
Good to hear. Shoot. Midnight Mary is the last person that had it. Taking notes on
What does it do? What's the purpose for us going to get it? Powerful artifact?
Well, Aldoni's after it. Aldoni wants it.
Well, yes, we'll help Aldoni then.
Sure don't, Captain.
I wrote some names down here. I don't know what they
It has been a while, so I'll give you a little
Telveer. I have Telveer / Butcher. Is that the last person that saw the ghost?
Telveer.
The last person that saw Midnight Mary?
No.
No.
Keyray was one of the last people that saw him.
Is Midnight Mary aggressive?
And that's the shopkeeper, right?
Or is she just lonely?
Well, who's Telveer / Butcher?
Telveer was the butcher in the Inventor's Quarter that it seemed Midnight Mary was going to his shop and leaving every night. But
did she have a square-shaped pack? Why did I write that down?
Because she was carrying a square shape.
Okay.
Telveer, people have reported that they saw her going into the butcher shop, and Telveer kept going back and looking the next day, but nothing was missing. And so it was kind of, that's how Telveer gets brought into it, is because she kept going to his butcher shop at night, and people started saying, hey, she's going into your butcher shop, she's probably stealing your stuff, and he would go in the next day, check his inventory, and nothing was missing. So, here is just a flashback of what you remember Kiel saying. She says, to complicate the matters, there's another group with their own initiative trying to acquire the relic. This relic is being called the Lightless Well. It looks like a black mirror, like you are staring into an obsidian abyss. The location of the relic is known by several, but most are afraid to venture in to get it. There's a manor within the Shadow Bazaar that not too long ago was purchased by a wealthy woman who moved in from somewhere else. She was odd for a non-drow to move into the bazaar. I mean, it's not unheard of, but uncommon. She bought an abandoned manor a few weeks ago that an old couple perished in several years back. It's not really spoken of, but there used to be strange sounds and flashes of light that would come in the middle of night. The lady, who we began to call Midnight Mary, would only leave the manor in the dead of night to take a trip to the butchery in the center of the bazaar. Telveer runs the butchery and was told that she visited the shop at night, but he claims nothing was ever missing. Something strange was going on, so yours truly decided to poke around a bit. I noticed that she had a pack on her side when she would leave the manor, a strange square shape. So one night at midnight during her nightly run, I confronted her. And then Kiel pulled back her hair to reveal her cheek that has this gray ash scar across it. It's severely scarred and discolored, not bruised, but blackened like someone rubbed ashes across her cheek. She screamed in a devilish manner, and I was brought to my knees, unable to control my thoughts as they raced through my mind. I also saw life through her eyes and memories of darkness, and that is where I saw the lightless well. I'm not sure of the side effects, but Aldoni insisted I received it from touching the relic, but I swear I didn't touch it. I did in the memory, but not in this reality. I remember the shadows spilling from her sleeves and face. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Okay.
And then that's where she proceeded on, and she said, she's talking about the Dyron Dukes and how there was a dragonborn that called himself Duke Bran.
Duke Bran. Okay.
He claims to be a ranking officer.
Did we already agree to meet with him?
No, you have not.
What do I have knights in to Holly, to Hooley?
That's Kiel said that's who she would
you or Nate
she would set up
at that place.
at that place, yeah, because that's one of her friends, I guess.
Okay, Tahuli owns the knight then, or to Holly. How do you know who it is?
Or she runs it anyway.
And Wendell is how it's pronounced the first time I heard the word. Okay, and it has to be a one-on-one meeting.
She said that she would pick the Nazi Inn Tavern because she knew the people there and she could set up a good, safe, neutral site.
Okay. So we're gonna go just, I guess, case the manor, see what it looks like.
How close are we to, did you say?
You all have about a 30-40 minute walk.
So we're like just entering the thing.
Yeah, like you all are. I would say you all are. I mean, the way time's working, where we were over there doing Newt stuff, and now we're kind of flashing back to you all. I would say.
Was it every night that she's seen going to the butcher's? Did she say, or is it just certain nights?
It just seems. It's probably not every single night, but it seems to be quite a few. You would assume.
While we're on the way over there, I'd be like, yeah, we probably need to case her manor out, but we might want to wait around the night and see if we can actually see her. Just,
I mean,
get some more information.
It's always dark in this part too, right? Or something.
It's got like a some sort of like magical shade over it.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the sun tracer, which follows where the sun's at, so they can tell.
I mean, if night's better, we can wait.
I mean, we might want to look at the house during the day. That way we can make out more details, and then tonight we can kind of hang around the bazaar.
So the streets snake throughout the Shadow Bazaar, and eventually one street winds its way down the incline that takes you to the western side of the bazaar and city of Norgel. Stonework homes and shops began to become abandoned and ran down the further down the street you go. Bits and pieces of stone, mortar, and other building materials, as well as materialistic and biological waste, begin to litter the street. Settled down at the very end of the street, the road itself, almost as steep as a waterfall, sits the manor. The iron fences soar high into the air and have rusted as time has taken its toll. Statues of various people and creatures sit on top of the pedestals that act as fence posts. The individual rods of the fence are topped with sharpened barbs that wear the blood of roaming animals or curious thieves. The charcoal gray stonework gives the entirety of the structure the tallest part of the home. Oh, I skipped a line, sorry. Gives the entirety of the structure a darkened and gloomy atmosphere as the dark cloud swirls over top of the steeple, the tallest part of the home.
So there's just like a cartoon cloud over top of this thing.
Doesn't really, it looks more just like smoke, but it doesn't seem to be like dissipating. It's just kind of lingering.
That looks promising.
Most of the windows have been broken or busted, seemingly outward, as the shards of glass decorate the ground beneath. The undergrowth of the underdark plants sprawl out unattended across the lawn. And as you guys approach the very front of this massive thing, if you'd imagine, there's like the fence that's around it, but the manor is still pretty far within. But there is like a broken sign that's kind of hanging there, and it's got some sort of script on it. If anyone wants
Can I read it?
What do you read?
Words mostly.
What languages do you know?
Speaks meme, my god.
Meme.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish. I don't speak under Common. So.
I speak all those plus Goblin and Halfling.
Okay.
Don't speak
got
Elvish.
I mean, Common and Dwarvish, Goblin and Halfling. All those.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what I meant. What I meant was
Damn, boy.
2 the one she said plus.
Maybe no memento.
I'm very well read.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
You're an ambassador.
I do know more languages.
It's actually just in common. I just like hearing that.
Yeah.
It's called the lovely
like
dove.
here and saying all 6 languages that I know every time.
Do you want me to say that in Halfling for you?
The lovely dove.
The
Man.
lovely love. The lovely dove.
So we're at the gate, right?
Second verse.
Right. Oh, we're close as we can get, pretty much.
Strangely, you don't see a gate.
But it's a fence.
Yeah.
Is the fence real? Touch it.
I will use one of my metal balls, and I will use my magical tinkery to put a 5-foot radius lock into it and we'll huck it over the fence as far as it'll go.
It just
Nothing
rolls
happens.
through there. Yeah. Sits there on the ground, all lit up.
Six magic's allowed, which isn't good for us, probably.
I won't be able to do much else.
What was it you did that one time? You made me record a message and I thought I
Yeah,
could see
just-
this.
just-
It just kept replaying itself.
You left a voicemail for somebody. That's about it.
So there's a gate. It's how tall?
There is no
It
gate?
doesn't look like
I mean, the
there's a gate.
fence. It's how tall?
Probably
That
15, 20 feet up in the air.
Jesus.
I mean, there's
Here.
no gate anywhere.
Yeah, you don't see an actual gate.
Can I see through the gate of the fence though? Or is it
Yeah,
like-
it's just like iron bars that are two.
Echo. Swap.
So now you're on the other
We'll be
side.
doing this, huh?
Go.
So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go in. Go in.
We're not going in right now.
Oh. Swap.
Craeloth's back. He's like,
I just want to look and see.
do you want to see if there's a gate or on the other side?
I mean, I was going to.
Okay, Echo, swap. I'll back in I'll look around for
Okay, we're going to
gate.
walk around.
Okay, I'll walk around the inside perimeter and see if I can open anywhere, a secret gate or something.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
okay, roll perception check.
We take a while to investigate the fence to see if there's any
Mother.
hidden mechanisms.
I'm done.
Bad day.
So one.
You gonna help me or am I doing something?
Let's see if I can help.
You don't
I
really.
can't see.
There's a lot of
Do you want to look too,
overgrowth.
or do you want me to just?
You tripped over the ball. He was
Like even some plants and things that you've never
I
seen
mean, just
before.
Yeah.
give me
Yeah.
a
That's all I can do.
But
Are
as
you
you
gonna
kind of
do
keep looking
this?
around, it's not been taken care of at all. And
I'm
where there's
okay.
really no sunlight here, the plants are stuff probably Craeloth's never seen, but you would assume it's from the underworld or Underdark. Very mushroom-like style plants and things. Something weird though is even with a natural one, you think you hear this, but you're having a hard time discerning what you're really hearing, what's not. There seems to be a ton of shuffling coming from either underneath the grass or underneath this overgrowth, and you swear something touches your foot, but then you kind of look down and around and move and shuffle and there's something there.
Alright, well, I don't know how much longer we're going to spend. Because I want to stay with them while they're walking around. But if I feel like something's about to grab me, I'm swapping back.
Okay. Right now, I would say you feel like you felt it, and I mean, I'll
Do you
leave
feel
it at
like
that.
was coming to me, like trying to grab me, or just bump me?
Feels like it just bumped.
Okay. I'll stay for now, but I'm having my weapon out.
Like, oh, like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm going to have Echo just ready, following, so I can just swap real fast.
Okay.
Echo's out.
Okay. So you rolled
I rolled a natural 20.
on the investigation check to see if there's
So
any
give me
mechanisms. Any
Just helping me.
mechanisms on the fence.
Natural 20 for a total of 27 because I guided myself as well.
Doesn't look like there's any mechanisms on the fence.
I mean, that's
Sorry.
good to know.
But no, it looks literally just like a wrought iron fence.
all the way around.
All the way around. Like as you all walk, we'll just say that this, since you rolled so well, you look, and I mean, there's nothing that makes this stand out as anything but just a wrought iron
I hope
fence.
it is just a fence. So we do all this.
Something bumped my foot from under the ground. Something's underground here, and this is all underdark plants.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's a tunnel or some kind of secret underground passage,
I'm gonna have to have some water.
but I don't know where.
I think so. We bring me one too.
That laughing spell got me through October.
Can we look for underground access spots, like maybe where it's like a tunnel from one side to the outside the fence?
So how do you want? Do you want to just look, or do you want to
No,
get
no.
down and sift around, move plants around?
I definitely don't want to move plants around.
Like an ostrich.
I don't know mushroom. I don't know mushroom spores in my nose. Can I, man?
Man.
If you just want to look, you can roll a new perception check.
Well, that's gone so well for me.
Just extra candor. I know.
Hey, that's a 21.
21. There you go. Coming around. So the ground acting crazy below.
Yeah, roll a 21 perception check. See for tunnel or something.
As you
No, I rolled another.
as you kind of look around,
Okay, let me get another.
at first glance, you don't really see anything that that stands out as like an underground chasm or tunnels or anything of that nature. But as you keep kind of looking around and tracking, you see that it looks like there's some massive roots and different things that are sprawling out from within the manor. And it's kind of like coming, that seems to be the source of where the undergrowth started. And then it's like spilled out into the lawn and courtyard area.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how you all can get over here, but it looks like something's growing from inside and spreading outside. Is it like spiky at the top of the fence?
Yes, it's barbed.
Poodle feathers.
Well, anything else you want to see in daytime? We can try to figure out how to get past this fence.
So we just walk around the whole house. We don't see any is there like windows on the first floor? Is there
Oh yeah, I mean there's
like a cellar entrance or basement or anything like that?
You don't see a cellar or basement entrance, but the first floor has all kinds of windows, and they've all been broken outwardly.
Okay. And there's a front door.
Yes, big, massive.
I'm just making sure. There ain't no gate on this fence. I just want to make sure there's a front door to the house.
Yeah, there's not a gate that you've been able to find. And have you been like with that investigation check, like kind of touching it as you go every so often?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nothing that stands out. It looks like literally there's no gate, which is strange.
Okay, can I look around at like the ground around the outside and see if there's like a little tunnel or anything like that?
Are you just like glancing, or are you actually gonna get down and in it?
Well, probably I'd have to get down in it if I was gonna try to find it. Just looking at it, it's probably covered up.
Okay, so we'll just say that investigation check's ongoing. Well, no, it's a different circumstance. Let's roll a new one.
Got me.
Great.
Oh, yeah. 25.
So as you're looking, you're looking specifically for like a tunnel or some sort that goes under the fence and stuff. You don't really see anything of tunnelistic nature.
Maybe as I'm walking, kind of
Might
see if there's like a tunnel that maybe leads to another building,
like a
or-
hollow area or something.
Yeah.
No. You as you keep going, you don't feel anything like that. It seems it's starting to get to the point where you're like, this is strange.
Like gate.
There's no gate. This is this place.
Didn't
There's certain areas where it looks like foot traffic has been higher.
Where's that at?
Certain, just
Oh, wait.
randomly different places, but it's hard to discern if it's from people passing by that are stopping and just looking around at it, or if it's somebody's like crossing back and forth. It's hard to discern, just foot path.
Looking at the foot traffic, is there any extra like in the way toward like the butcher's house or the butcher's shop?
No more than anywhere else. Like just random, like there's only one street that kind of leads down to the manor, and so.
Did the butcher say he was
Alright.
inside the manor?
I'm casting detect magic.
Okay. Cast detect magic just instantly.
Yeah, I'm just ain't fighting nothing.
30 feet around you.
Yeah, but I got for 10 minutes. I'm gonna walk around the whole outside of the house. Nothing.
No matter.
Fence ain't magic. No, looking where Craeloth felt his feet getting hit. Nothing.
Nothing pings.
Did
Other than just whatever you all have on you.
Did the butcher say he was inside the manor?
No, the ghost, it has been seen going to the butcher's shop at night.
Alright, I got an idea. I'm gonna go to the front door.
Okay, it takes you a few minutes. You're probably, I'd say the front door is 150 feet away from the fence line.
When I hypothetically thought about that idea, I thought the manor door was a lot closer to the
No, like the fence is
Where you going?
way back.
It took so long to get there, I thought maybe this isn't a good idea after all.
I turned around and came back.
I thought it was like right there.
Craeloth was like,
I was imagining maybe like 30 feet.
Yeah, me too.
it's like the entire property itself's massive, and the actual manor is set far in the back. Almost like it's on the.
But we can get all the way around it.
No,
No.
the city wall is on the back side of the manor, and the manor's set decently close to the city wall.
Okay.
Awful lot of space behind it.
Yeah, I'll lot of space back there on this map we got.
I guess the cartographer, whoever made that map, he didn't want to go near the manor.
It was his best guesstimates.
So how far?
I mean, there's space behind the manor,
Oh!
but it's not. I mean,
But we can see back there, like
yeah,
we could go to like where the wall and the fence meet and like peek back.
yeah. It's the undergrowth's really heavy in the back, so wouldn't say that you could see across. But yeah, I mean, there's space between the back of the manor and the wall. A lot of mushrooms and.
Is there like a rock in the ground? Which I look down and find like a rock or something?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna cast light on it. I'm gonna throw it back behind the house.
Throw it back. Ting, ting, ting.
That's like probably watch it for a second.
Yeah, I mean, you see the light go, and then eventually it stops, and there's just a soft glow.
Well, any other ideas? How high can you
Pretty.
jump?
Yeah, pretty average. Grab
What
it,
if I,
like right down the
is
middle,
the-
probably.
is it like
If it was on a scale of 1 to 20.
is the fence like iron bars
It's like
and then like
10.
cross sections too? Like enough to put like hands and feet?
No, it's just straight.
Just like straight, so it's like
Elf girls.
close
can
together,
do
but it's
that.
like straight up. It's almost
I'm
like
half
just like
elf.
steel beams. Boom, boom, boom.
Just little rods, little iron rods.
It's weird. Alright, well.
As everybody's looking around, I'll take Wendell's gift. I'll just use the tinker's tools on it. I'll just a big grinder on the end of it. Do we need in?
Oh shit.
Do it away from everything. Go around the back where everybody's
Yeah, I was
together.
saving I was following behind
Yeah.
this whole time.
Are we gonna do it right now or are we gonna wait?
Nah, I'm ready to do something. I'll go. What's Ray want? I'm gonna get to the manor. I'm gonna put a big hole in the field. Shit!
Should we try to go get Newt before we start breaking and entering?
I mean, we should. I don't think we should go in yet.
Okay.
I was just trying to figure out what we're up against because if we came here like tonight or tomorrow night, whenever we do it, and we came upon this situation, we'd be wasting time trying to figure out how to get into this. Now we can brainstorm.
Yeah, we can waste time now on the brainstorm. Alright, well, we know it's impossible to get in.
Sad grinder noises.
I'll echo out.
Okay.
Drop the echo.
Before we do go, I want to ding it one time. leave a little mark. What happens? Anything?
No,
Just leave a mark that I can see.
just etches a little.
Okay.
Well, it's not magical.
Midnight.
Should.
At midnight we hear.
You cast the silence spell.
It's true. I don't know it. Somebody might know. I'm a cleric. I don't need that fancy stuff. It's probably worth going back to the gifts of the deep, man.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta go talk to Cal.
Kim.
Kiel.
Okay.
My Wi-Fi's failing me.
I think my Wi-Fi's failing you.
Okay. So Newt, what are you doing?
It could just be the app. I don't know.
Yeah, mine.
Go and
Either
find.
the gift on the gift or recipes.
Okay, so you get to a historical kind of library or collection. You go in there and you talk to the person who's kind of managing the library or whatever we want to call it. And you kind of tell them that you're looking for something on
Am I
Prince of Peace
still-
or the gifts.
Am I still out on me?
And how long does that spell last?
An hour.
No, you'll be back to you. Is that cool? Alright, so you get there, you gotta choose. You want Geth or Prince of Peace?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll a investigation check. This will determine how long it takes you.
No Dewey Decimal System.
23.
Okay. So it still takes you, the DC was 12 for an hour, lower would be 2 hours. So it still takes about an hour to find it. Because, I mean, it's just a collection of random historical things. They've tried to do a semi-layout to keep things organized and in order, but it looks like over time people shuffling books around different things. So anyway, you do find a book on the Gith. So as you are spending, so now it just depends, how much time do you want to spend looking through it will determine what you learn.
Oh, I can't take it?
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you try to steal it.
How big a book is it?
It's a pretty good size. I'd say it's kind of like a,
Can I at least scroll through it and see if there's anything on how to decipher that language?
yeah, I mean, you can, like, you can go to the index, you know, you're looking for languages and stuff.
I want to know about the language. I want to know about the astral plane connection with the gift.
Okay, so I would roll a just intelligence check. Actually, wait, hang on, let's think about this. You can roll a nature check if you want. You can roll we'll do an arcana check, or you can roll a religion check. And depending on what you choose to roll will determine kind of the source of the information, where it would come from. So which would you rather do?
We're all the same.
Well, that's decided which one you want to dice for.
You say nature, religion, and arcana?
Uh-huh.
Arcana.
Okay. So it's going to be more about how it works.
9,
That's 6.
11.
Okay. So it takes you, I would say, probably another hour of scrolling through it. So you've been here a while. But you come across several things. One of them is the language, and you actually see the written out script, and you start comparing it to your memory. Some of it looks similar.
I wrote the language down. Like
But-
my symbols and stuff.
So as you're kind of comparing, you can see like similar structures and things. It's not exact though.
Looks like someone didn't all the way know what they were doing.
Mm-hmm. Or someone is probably was writing in Gith or new Gith language, but was trying to cover it up or make it more like a code, something that like the basis of it is Gith, but it's not just straight Gith language. Like it's even more secured and
You need a
puzzled.
cipher.
What do I see about the astral plane?
Astral plane, some of the things you learn is that is where the Gith live. they are like kind of the harbingers of the astral plane, even though it's called the void plane in our world. So the void plane is like an emptiness almost, nothingness. It's just a big, massive area within the multiverse that has the stars. Various things that are lost or have been placed there, things that have been banished go there. There's a small section of people talk about the transference of souls, that they would spend some time in the void plane in between.
I'll see how to get there. Anyway, you mentioned how to get to the.
You don't see anything that says how to get there. It looks like most with your Arcana check, I'm gonna say it was mostly just the various magical information from it. You would glean maybe if you let someone religious look and analyze, they might be able to come with a different viewpoint of the religion of how you get to and from the void plane.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the book to the counter and be like, Aldoni sent me to gather this book for his discoveries on Gith, and he's trying to create a new relic, or discover a new relic on the Gith.
And the person, no books leave this location. You can come back and read them all that you want. No
I don't
text
need to
leave.
read it. I don't need to read it.
Well,
He can't
Aldoni
leave.
can come here.
He can't leave his quarters.
That's not my problem.
Librarians ready to throw hands.
What?
Librarians about to throw hands. That's the battle map is the library.
You got to get the book
It's not my
count.
problem.
You did it. You found the BBG.
Bitch.
This is the library.
It looks like
You
this
didn't think
person,
we get here this fast.
this person's had a long day of telling people that they can't take text. I don't care. The headmaster of the college himself walks in. I am told no text will leave this place.
Even if Aldoni is under the orders of King Matthias.
Did your statement start with if? That I don't care. You just got heat metal, my god.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. They're immune to lightning damage.
Alright, very well. I go to put it back on the shelf,
He casts silence because he's a librarian.
and I grab a book, and then I grab a book underneath, and I try to put it back in its place and slide that one in.
Alright, so you're exchanging 2 books?
I'm trying.
Okay.
Sure.
Do a stealth.
I had an old book on me that was, I got a long time ago, that was like I got the wrong book that was a Thieves Guild lockpicking book that I don't need nothing to
Yes,
do.
this is, so, since
Yeah,
the
I can
conversation has happened, it's probably going to be a stealth check with disadvantage because now she's watching.
Okay.
They have true side.
She caught my ass.
So she goes, you roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh, no.
Silence.
Well, we had Newt for one session.
Back to Cogsdale.
He'll be a robot this time.
15.
15. You feel at the beginning of like your arms lock in, but you're kind of able to break it. You know that she was gonna hold you in place. And recognizing the failure of the spell, she says, "Stop. No, leave. Leave."
Bye.
So,
I'll just tell you about it later.
all right. So you guys.
I'm going to them now.
Well, you know where they are.
Well, they were. I'm going to the Myrtle Manor. That's the only thing I knew.
Myrtle Manor.
So you're going to the manor.
That's
Alright.
like a real hotel, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why I know that.
So what are you guys doing now? Because that took you several.
Standing here like this, looking at that 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So it's been quite a bit of time. Which I'd say they investigated for probably around an hour or so.
When we left Earl Manor, went to the Knight's End, didn't we?
Is that where y'all headed
Or we
to?
went to.
I don't
What
know.
time is it? It's like 5, right?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 or something.
I mean, I don't know what else to do here.
Oh, you want to just find Newt and regroup and figure out how to get in this manor? Maybe he can. Maybe it's something he knows he can get.
Maybe we can go to Aldoni's tower and
Yeah.
regroup.
Okay.
Am I gonna have to send him a message? Do you think he'll find us?
Maybe we just leave a note.
Hey, you make sure that extension cord and the like electrical hookup's not going to get wet.
I scooted it over to the left earlier.
Cut.
The electrician to look at it.
Is the water still like it was? Okay. Alright. So you all are going where?
I thought we'd go back to
Tower,
Aldoni's tower to kind of
Okay.
regroup.
So you all get to Aldoni's tower.
Did I meet him on the street at all, or do we take different
Let's
streets?
roll. If you all are
On the
within,
way.
whoever wants to roll with Newt, if you're within 3 of what he rolls, you all pass by each other. If not,
Somebody else, I rolled too much tonight.
you
He's been
miss.
rolling low.
11.
So you need.
15.
Oh, so you
Is
miss.
it,
Dang!
is it charisma?
No, just random.
Charisma's
Just
mine
roll.
too.
So you are headed to the manor. You are leaving the manor, and you must have taken 2 separate paths.
I'm just looking down too, like,
All right. So eventually, you all arrive back at the tower, and you arrive at the manor.
Okay,
Was Aldoni there to tell us?
I remember everything about the old butcher man.
When you get inside, you'll see.
I remember everything about this butcher man.
You remember the conversation that was.
I'm gonna do my ritual thing and summon Hog.
I'm
gonna go into the butcher's office.
So you're not going to the manor. You're going
You gonna
back to
pull a
the.
bra out and out in the middle of the street?
All right. So you resummon your familiar, and Hog is like,
That'd be a sight to see for some
Now
people
he's got
there.
like tusks.
Yeah.
He changed
Okay.
it.
all right, and then you enter into the butcher shop, and you see Tilvir, which is a just mountain of a man wearing an apron, shirtless, with 2 big butcher knives, just carving up meat.
How's it going, friend?
Look at the FDA in there.
How are you?
I heard you have problems with strange ladies coming in.
People keep saying that, but I don't have any problems. I don't know why they keep fussing about it.
Would you like us to find out for certain what's going on?
I don't care. Nothing's missing.
Like what?
The guards come and sit. Wizards and wizardesses come and sit. I'm tired of people always coming in here, supposed to buy meat at a butcher shop, not sit here and watch for other ghosts.
He's got a big dick.
Gerald, tell us thing.
So here's my papa. I'm just. You want to buy some meat?
Yes.
Oh, good. What kind can I get you?
Can I get me a big old pork butt?
Yeah. He goes back and sits down there. 3 silver.
While he's going to cut, I'm gonna tell Hog, I'm like, hey Hog, climb up in the rafters and chill out until the night and watch for murder and follow her.
Oh, who ain't got no back legs?
All right, he gets up there, and then he comes back and he sits down. 3 silver for this Austin pork butt.
I'll flea my gold.
Austin.
Oh, thank you. He hands it, he wraps it up in this kind of like cheesecloth kind of sack, spins it, puts a sticker, or a ribbon around it. There you go.
Thanks, kind sir. I'm gonna keep an eye on your shop for you, make sure nothing goes down crazy.
Don't, just buy the meat. There's nothing going on.
Alright, sounds good. Man, it looks mighty tasty, son. Take off. Did y'all say that's a note? Where the hell you at?
No. No. You said you was going to leave a note or something like that.
I was like, I don't know where he sent the guns. I'm going back to Aldoni. He got to pay the old lipstick lady.
Okay, so you all get to the tower. You talk to the fish to get in. I'm not gonna make you do that because that's probably forget.
Oh, I think I wrote down.
Do you?
We'll find
I
out.
literally have forgotten.
Oh, is it the wolf that bears its teeth thing?
Uh-uh.
Alright, some other secret code I don't know either.
It's like plain tongue, 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 tongue. It's something that rhymes, ain't it?
I don't think so.
Oh, wait, no,
I got no idea.
Come on, like donuts of town.
Come on,
Yeah.
Come on.
come on.
I remember that now.
So anyway,
I thought you were going to that, so.
I really gotta take better notes.
you all get back to the tower and you get inside.
See my notes.
Aldoni is not present at the current moment when you arrive, but you all get back to the tower.
Almost a towel.
Oh! Anybody here?
Nope. You don't hear. There's no response.
What happened to that golem? Just,
Who's in a sail?
Yeah, he's back in his cage. He's a security defense.
that thing's not coming after us, is it?
I look at Helios' blood still on the floor. He jumped off the 16th floor.
What's Helios been up there?
He lives on the boat.
He's on the boat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's Lady Fortuna out, I'm pretty sure.
Thrash is trying his best to keep things civilized.
Just rocking in the corner. Please help.
Well,
While we're waiting on Newt.
Don't do that now,
I don't know how long Newt's gonna be.
I'm supposed to start yelling for Aldoni.
You go. He's not there.
Aldoni! Nobody there?
Roll out in his chair.
You're fairly confident after you and Craeloth both yelled at no one.
Oh, did he say it
Yeah.
it's always good to have more yelling. If I wish Helios was here, really. He'd excel in this one.
I want to pull out the orb that I got from Nikolai,
Okay.
and I want to try and contact Nikolai while we're waiting on him.
Okay. So you set it up and you set out the orb like he kind of showed you, or like you previously stumbled on, and all of a sudden his face appears within it, and he's like walking outside, and you can just like see birds and trees and stuff. And he's like, "Hello, Violet.
Hello, Nikolai.
What brings you to Ring on this very fine day?"
Well, last time that we talked, I asked you some questions about two little beads, and you kind of pointed us toward the dragon's
nest?
yeah,
The Drinking
dragon's nest. So found out a little more about those. Do you know Aldoni? In Nordrum? Powerful wizard. Has his own tower. I show him around. We're there now.
I've heard the name. I don't know that I've had a direct conversation.
Anyway, he was able to give us a little more information. Apparently, these gems, I don't know what you want to call them, hold the souls of dragons.
Oh.
So we were on the right track when we talked before.
What? So what? Did he believe also the dragon's nest is where we need to go?
Yeah. You wouldn't have happened to found any more of these things before, have you?
Actually, after our conversation, we had been talking. I started kind of looking around myself, and he pops up like a little baggie of sorts, and you see that he's found like a couple purple, a red, and a blue. He's like, merchants and different people are just selling them. I guess what they actually are, no one really knows.
What kind of price is it on?
Well, this guy, I exchanged a quick service of fortune telling. And then once I did a magic show, and I was paid with a bunch of gold, but one of these was tucked in the pouch. And this one I bought for 15 gold.
15? Well, if,
But here's the kicker. I meant to tell you this earlier. You know how yours are kind of warm to touch? Only a couple of these are warm. The other ones are just
one of the red
just
ones,
as cold.
perhaps?
No, the red one's cold. I have a warm purple and a warm blue. The other ones are kind of just room temperature.
I would probably say that the ones that are not warm are pretty much useless.
I would believe so.
Well, there might be some
Unless
sort
they're
of soul
properties.
capturing device.
Ah.
Maybe like the ring. Fashion you a ring.
So have you heard of a Craeloth crystal?
Sure have.
You don't happen to have one, do you?
I do.
Oh. When are you going to Setonia?
Hold on, I got rolled down.
I had a question.
Somewhere.
When we leave, you see that map?
Yeah.
What if we swing left, back up, and then right?
Like
Swing.
Seems like an awful long way to go where we won't go.
Yeah, but we gotta go anywhere in that.
It's like 57 days, right?
That's for
DM.
Bogia.
That's for Bogia.
Oh.
Yeah, Setonia is just.
Setonia is here, and then the dragon is here. Setonia's somewhere.
Oh, it'll probably be a while. If I had to imagine.
Well, whenever that is, if ring me and let's meet at the Dragon's Nest together.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've got a few of those. I found a few more since the last time that we spoke. Myself.
A lot of the fishermen that have been speaking to, they say that they are in abundance there.
Yeah, they originate from the lake.
So we might be able to find more of.
From the dragon.
More
the
specific.
dragon's nest.
Yeah.
Question. Because I don't know if we ever got the information. This mark that's on the back of my neck. You mentioned the cure.
Yeah. Well, the cure that the orb cuts off.
Bitch. Okay, I'll send him a message. I'll cast sending.
Okay.
Please elaborate on the cure. Are you okay?
The response comes back rather quickly. I've got to repair my end of orb. I tripped and fell. The next section, he says,
You can use that for a word.
Yeah, I know. You're wasting all his words on the orb.
the next section, he says,
It's gonna cut off halfway.
maybe find a healer.
You got more words than that.
How many was that?
I was cracking that.
Maybe find a
Need to repair my orb tripped and fell. You still
I
got.
tripped and fell.
I tripped and fell.
Okay.
You still got 16 words.
Okay, so then he says the next section, need to find a healer.
I don't think the next section was part of it.
Look for a healer of
Tripped and fell again.
blood,
Oh, ow, my knee. Ow, show God. That's it.
possession, curses.
Oh,
Still got 2 more words.
Goodbye.
That's 1 word.
Good. Bye.
It's a bite, but it's a good one.
You mentioned something about the Manola Walla jungle. Didn't you have to go to the Manola Walla jungle?
yeah, that's where Harpene is headed.
Is the Manola Walla jungle where that tower I read about was that the king never finished? Or the crazy king never finished?
Mm-mm.
Are we still waiting on Newt?
It's in
'Cause we would-
Stammer.
We're still waiting on Newt.
Mhm.
Can I go to, while we're here in Aldoni's Tower, go to his library and see if we can find anything about blood curse healers?
Yeah, you can go and look in the library.
Okay.
Yeah. What would what tool set would a branding be in? Artisans or something?
Think you're going to brand something?
I would think like a leather worker.
Leather worker.
I mean, I guess it
blacksmith,
matters
or
because I can make
blacksmith.
anything.
Mhm.
Candles thing. I want to work on that.
So you're going to turn it into a brander?
Yep.
Okay. Takes you a few minutes, but yeah. Alright, so you get to the library. What are you searching for?
Blood curse, something about blood curses, healers.
investigation check. Or religion check. Or medicine check.
Are there curtains?
Depending on which one you do will determine the swath of information gleaned.
Are there curtains in this place?
Aldoni's Tower?
Yeah.
No, it's more like...
Is there any cloth? Let's put it that way. What about tablecloth? Is there one in?
What'd you say?
I'll go
Religion,
upstairs.
investigation, or medicine?
Yeah, medicine, religion, or investigation.
Medicine. Why is religion?
Okay.
I guess I'll do.
Religiously.
Is there anything...
I guess religion. Religion, that would be the main thing that I would do.
Okay. So you're going to... Basically, you're going to look for, a book that talks about holy atonement, exorcisms, cures of, miracles, kind of stuff like that is kind of the route you would take using religion.
Well, what about medicine?
Medicine.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Medicine would be like analyzing the chemical makeup of blood and muscles and how the body would use like a tainted pathogen in your
Okay, I'll
blood
do
or
that one.
something like that. Okay.
Have better medicine anyway. 21.
You search and you do find a couple different things that point in a direction. Now, this is going to take some time. But as you dig in, you find things that talk about various methods of changing your blood. Probably the kicker that you find that really affects you a lot is blood possession. Is not curable by a curse, like a curse, destroy curse spell.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is because you'd have to destroy the blood within the creature. So there's a very gray line as to how to fix these. You see some possible renditions are transfusions. Some are religious based. It doesn't go into detail, but like those things we were talking, holy atonement, exorcism, stuff like that. You got some more biological methods that deals with drinking certain potions, creating holy water and consuming it, various medicinal things. And then one of the coolest things that probably stands out to you is an herb found in the Manola Wally jungle that is guarded by, or it's crafted by a group of people that you haven't heard this name before, and it's called Lucents. Lucents.
Crafted by Lucents.
Yeah. Lucents as plural as being a group of people.
Lucents?
Yep. Okay, that'll take up all your time till Newt gets back. So what are...
I'll go back to the where we did the monk game thing.
Okay, up there to the table.
Down here.
The buzzing and whirring from upstairs in Aldoni's laboratory, just where he has various things and experiments and stuff ongoing, but nothing out of normal.
I'm going to take the tablecloth off the table.
Okay, you take the tablecloth off the table.
And then
A few seconds later, it disappears from your hands and appears back on the table.
That's annoying.
What's that? Where's the map? If I go back outside and just look around, is there any like old tarp in an alley or anything?
Just like random
cloth.
Yeah, I mean you could find some just garbage cloth laying
Okay.
around. Yeah.
I'll run and grab it then and go
Okay.
back inside.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna take a while. While I'm in there, I'm gonna make a little cloak out of it.
And
I'm gonna use my branding
okay.
thing, and this is what it's gonna say.
Coal is coal.
Cold is cold, then cold and cold put together. So you
Okay.
can go 8 LD. And I'm gonna wear it. That's it.
So how are you gonna brand it and not set the whole thing on fire? That's just my question.
I don't know.
Just have water at the
My
ready.
Tinker's tools, of course.
Okay.
With Wendell's gift, the master artificer.
Sew it on right quick.
Don't make me explain myself.
Okay.
Don't let me
Magic.
explain my actions.
Magic.
Right, 10, 4. Alright.
Artificer shit.
What are you doing, Craeloth, in the meantime?
I mean, after seeing that spooky manor, I'm just kind of waiting for everybody. So I take out my notebook. I'm just kind of working on my campaign for Chambers and Knolls. Fence. No crossbars. You can't climb it. No gate. Not magic.
Let's see him get past this.
Fuck my player.
Tell me how you really feel, Kid. Alright. So, some time passes. Newt, you re-arrive. That's not a word. You arrive. To
Bring
the
it
tower.
down. Towel. Praise dong.
The fish rolls its eyes and opens the door.
Like a flick with those.
You meet the familiar face now, and it's like, whatever. Alright, so you walk in, you see Craeloth over there on one of the couches in the foyer area.
I'm like, guys, and I'll whop my big pork butt down. Anybody hungry?
I mean, yeah.
This come from Butcher Man.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Oh, did you go to the spooky manor?
No.
It's a city.
But
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv's a city.
Quite the journey.
Yeah,
How do you know that?
that's in Israel.
Oh. Well,
Or Jordan?
I'm just cooking this sucker up and I'm like, oh, by midnight we need to
Cooking a
be,
big old piece of meat.
yeah, by midnight we need to be within 100 feet of the butcher.
Okay.
I've got old hogs chilling in the rafters right now, waiting on Mona and Mary to come out. And,
It's a whole
he's
different character.
gonna follow her.
Midnight. It's a common word. It's
Midnight
easy.
Mary. He's gonna follow Midnight Mary into the see what she's doing in the. She's gonna see what she's doing in the butcher, and then follow her out and see how she's getting home.
What's that so funny?
Okay.
Can you see what Hog sees right now?
No, I gotta be what? I gotta be 100 feet.
While he's cooking, Cole will walk over and try to get warm beside whatever he's cooking over. I don't know what he's cooking over. Where's campfire
You have to go up to the
Are you just
kitchen.
like perpetually cold?
Yeah.
Is that what that cloak means?
Yeah.
Is it like
Maybe.
is it a cry for help?
Are you
No.
alright?
Yeah, it's just since the assembly. It's just got real cold.
Do you need some warm ale or warm liquor?
Warm liquor. No, I'm alright.
That seems odd.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I
Were you
feel alright,
cursed?
just cold. Not that I'm aware
Does this
of.
ring any bells to me?
You can roll a history check. See.
18.
You're sitting here and you're scanning back through everything that you've mentioned and or have seen or conversations that you've had with Cole. Nothing really spikes like based on just sheer coldness, but you start thinking about, well, he was injected with something in the cave. And then you think about, you've never really thought about how meeting the Golden One could adversely affect someone. So that one kind of crosses your mind. Just like various happenings kind of flashed by. But nothing pinpoint to just cold, so to speak. But there's some various things that you've witnessed Cole be a part of or go through.
Does he grow any gills?
Doesn't appear to be. I need water.
If I just like touch him, does he feel cold? Like to the touch?
Strangely, yeah. A little chilly.
Maybe all that research you're doing help him too.
He's just letting everybody know it too. Cold is cold.
I thought it was just going to be a branding thing. I didn't know
Pretty cold, man. I need you to remember it's crap every time you look at me.
It reminds you how you messed me up. Okay. You just wait on him to finish his pork butt, which I imagine is going to take 2 or 3 hours to finish.
It's a magical stuff.
Alright, anything else you guys are doing?
I'm also going to be like, hey, Violet, I found a book on the Gith, and they are writing the language I keep seeing, the symbols, kind of. But they go to the astral plane, and I need your religion to read it. I tried to bring the book to you, but the librarians are real ass.
I would love to go to the library and read something.
Yeah.
If we want to spend a day doing that.
Yeah, so I know where the book is. I need you to take a peek into it and try to see how we get to the astral plane.
I mean, I know there's spells and stuff that can do it, but that's way out of my range.
Apparently the Gith are travelers of this place.
Right. Okay. I'll take your word for it.
And I just keep...
Maybe they just had a bad day.
I start slicing in the middle of pork butt. He
I mean,
bows the pork butt.
It's not like they try to cast magic on you or anything. I mean, they attack you, right?
You didn't try and do anything, you know.
Surely you didn't
You're
like
supposed
swap
to.
the books.
Well, I mean, if she wasn't such an ass, I wouldn't have to try to steal the book.
They don't have like a checkout library card situation.
You couldn't have tried to write down the information for me to look at or anything?
It's been a bad day. I never thought of it. You just said it.
I thought about it when you was doing it. I was like, I'm not there. Last thing I heard, you was going to go buy incense. I didn't even know you was going to go read a book.
A few moments later,
Can't marry the pork butt.
Aldoni gets home. He opens the door. Oh, hey.
Aldoni, you gotta take your medallion over to the lipstick lady.
What? Huh?
She
Whoa,
was
hey, whoa.
pissed at you.
Why?
Because you bought some incense and herbs.
Why would I buy something when I have billions upstairs?
You needed more and you bought some. I'm just letting you know. She gonna be pissed at you, not me.
Oh, Newton.
Newton, me, you sent me to the middle of godforsaken town that I knew nothing about.
That was purposeful.
You didn't tell me the purpose.
Did you find the book?
Huh?
Did you find the book? That was the purpose.
Not yet. Speaking of the book, didn't Tal, you say Tal was the last person we seen have it, right? Who
The
had it?
anchor? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, one and the same.
It's too cold for me to think.
Didn't we hear that Tal had the book last? Or was it Olko? Here's your check. I'll remember.
Craeloth mentioned he saw Tal with the book. We know that Ultio, or a group of
Yeah, the timelines.
Triton pirates had the book, stole the book at some,
But didn't
obtained the book
someone-
from another
Didn't
ship.
someone send him a letter saying, hey, I've had it, or we found something that said, hey, this person had it in Nordril?
What is it, board note?
History check.
He's got the note.
That's a 4.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
mean,
the
I
note
got
says.
this.
He's not really shared it. I feel like I read it, but I didn't.
Yeah, here, read this note. Hey,
I swear.
Aldoni, how old is that letter?
Oh, man.
Because that seems like a lot of events have happened since then.
Probably old. It's been
Yeah.
a while since he left. He said he had been operating some sort of I don't even know if it was like a clinic, a laboratory, an experiment, hypothesis, what he was doing. But anyway, he had some sort of dealing with some of the political sects in That's a word. S-E-C-T.
I know, it's just funny.
So the political parties in.
Whatever gets him off, I mean.
Dang.
I can't shave her.
I mean, if it's for the cause.
Sheesh. Poor word choice. Anyway, he had been dealing with some of the political parties out there in the Giants Trust, and he's been gone probably. He was gone, I guess, a little over a year ago. Then he came back for like 3 hours. Constructed something in his room, grabbed some more things, and then left.
He's got a room here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it. You weren't here. We saw it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember that.
His portrait's on the front of it, I think.
Well, I mean,
Unless he's changed.
I'll pop an echo. You can see how it went for him.
Pop an echo.
Who's that?
Summer.
I don't know if he knows who Hummerth is.
Didn't you just say Hummerth was here?
No, Tal was here.
That's a
Tal talked about
nice
Hummerth.
looking fellow there.
Yeah.
Are you
How long ago?
Are you a spirit placer?
No, that's a spell.
Oh, okay. Perception check.
That's a spell.
This is an archmage.
You're trying to tell us
Ah,
a
don't worry
spell.
Son of a bitch. I mean, I am good at perception. That's a 15.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's
He knows that you're lying.
He says,
He knows what Homer's like, but
that's pretty cool, man.
How long ago did Hummerth pass?
I mean, it's been since right when I left. Right? Right after I left?
You were already in the Barley Sea.
Yeah.
So it was months after you left.
But like in relation to now, how long ago did that?
How long has it been since I left?
What, 4 weeks? Maybe 5?
4 weeks, maybe.
A lot of old information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that teleportation works, that'd be great. We wouldn't have to sail there. We could, kind of take some more time to do some things before we go if we can just instantly get there.
Yeah,
But
that's
my
true.
fear is that town is already been taken, and we're just gonna teleport into a big old trap.
Yeah, I mean, so either we go to Satonia and come back here, and then with enough time where the ships could meet it, we can meet the ships there, or go back to Cogsdale.
We've got what, 53 days or something like that, or 52, something along those lines,
Or go back to Cogsdale. And
before the.
I'll have to calculate the exact, but it's 51, 2, 3, something like that.
That's before King Matthias will have his army will be there, and I assume that's kind of when we want to be there.
Yeah.
You have to know these teleportation circles to use them, right? Like, if you're somewhere else, you have to teleport to there. How does that work?
Well, normally, yeah, but he says he set up some sort of teleportation system.
Yeah, there's a teleport in the room here.
I'm gonna ask Aldonian, but how did you teleport me places?
Teleport.
Here's a spell.
Takes a lot out of me though, but yeah.
Is it just one person, or can you do a group?
Do a group. There's always a risk with teleporting. You have to roll a percentile dice to make sure you don't get lost within a mountain or something like that.
There is a chance that you don't get exactly go if you don't know the area.
Education.
You did it to me twice.
I'm proficient in Arcana, so I feel like I would know this.
Twice.
Well, I knew bringing you to me. I knew where you were going to pop up then. When I sent you to Maple Dawn, maybe I didn't know exactly where you were going to pop up, but it worked out.
Where are you trying to send him in Maple Dog? Just curious.
Just in the city, in general. Hopefully, somewhere near the Master's Mysteries. I'm not exactly sure where he popped. He keeps...
So you know Nikolai?
Nikolai the Illusionist.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know it like well?
No, not well. I just know.
He doesn't really know who you are.
Yeah. Fine. We've had
He's
dinner.
heard of you. He's heard
We've
of
had
you.
dinner and explained magical theories on different things, but
That's a little awkward.
So you stay behind the court wizards after the assembly.
Yeah, they wanted us to. I reserved our reservations for the Winter's Drift Festival at
First we're here this.
at Baltican.
Now do what?
Where the hell is Baltic?
It's in the Kingdom of Stamrin. If you've ever been,
When is this?
it's not till the Winter's Drift, so it's about 3 months. But they were wanting us to get our reservations there. It's always a very nice festival. They tell the stories of old, the Winter's Drift spirit and all of those things.
I think I've heard that story.
But yeah, it's a gift giving kind of thing. Everybody's on best behavior. But the part that may even matter to you, Ambassador,
Was that Leon?
is there is very, very high political conversations that occur at the Winter's Drift Festival because all kingdoms are representative a lot of times by their rulers. King Matthias should be there since he is hosting.
So did you reserve, like, we can go with you?
Yeah, I had to pick, how much space we need. So we have a little sleepy cabin, some rooms, about 8 to 10 people or so.
That sounds lovely. My concern is 3 months go to a nice party, 2 months we're going to war.
Right.
Don't know what's going to happen in the meantime or how long that will take.
We'll end that war in 3 days.
Maybe.
Yeah, don't know on that one, bud.
Yeah.
But good luck.
But good to know we have reservations.
Yeah. Hopefully you survive and make it through Baltican.
Speaking of, have you heard from Leah lately?
Yeah, she actually checked in not too long ago. There's some sort of weird purpleness, she calls it, going on in the Isles of Setonia, and she says that she's found another operative of a long-lost friend of mine, that they are going to work together.
Have a name?
Yeah, his name, I think she said Tabor. Cortland Tabor. She is met up with, you know him. Is he a good guy? Yeah. Cool. Leah normally has good judgment of her friends and acquaintances, but
How do you, is it L-E-A-H?
yeah.
English.
They found an old drow settlement, and there's
DM question.
Yeah.
That's where her name just left me. My friend from the. She's in the Isles of Setonia as well. Qual. Yeah. Tillip.
Yeah, that's where she was.
Tillip.
Yeah.
Qual Tillip.
But
In the
you've
Isles
kind of
Setonia.
pre-arranged a meeting with her at.
Right. But we told her we would let her know when we were.
Yeah, that's where she was. Like that's where she was working some sort of relic case.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so she met up with him, and they were both trying to research into some old drow ruins on the island within Sidonia called Fornicia. But I told them to be careful with old drow magic. Especially the
How you spell Fornicia?
Forniti.
One last question, and I may have asked you this before. Do you know Little Borg?
Borg.
He was the shipyard master, and
Formerly the High Executor of Maple Dock.
I'll be honest with you, I've never even been to Maple Dock myself. I heard that there was.
And you sent him to Maple Dock, you never been there?
Well, there was a chance that the book could be there.
There's a very large chance that he wouldn't have made it.
I had a
He's tough. I've seen him go through a lot in
I had
his
a
day.
terrible time at Maple Dog.
What did
I
he
don't
look like last
recommend
time
it.
you saw him? He's not that tough.
Well, he looked like a human, but yeah, he figures it out.
he lying.
He figures it out.
Hey, do you know anything about that manor, Midnight Mary's manor?
Um,
Since we're going to get that thing for you.
Ah, is that where? Have you spoke to Kiel?
Yes.
And that's where she's said this relic is located.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know much about it. You know, often high-ranking wizards such as myself, we don't venture into the Shadow Bazaar. You know, I don't want to get robbed. So try not to go down there too much. But and I mean, I know that the area has kind of like its own governing system, and the people there kind of maintain the things on their own. They don't venture out much, especially into the college quarter.
I mean, have you laid eyes on it?
No, I've never went in there. So. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's going to be a challenge?
We have to get kind of creative, but
I mean, I was hoping you could tell.
Weird magical properties at play?
None.
none that I could sense.
I think we're just going to do a little old-fashioned B&E.
Oh,
What
yeah.
time is it?
The good news is the guards don't really mess in the Shadow Bazaar so much, so shouldn't
Do they have like other people?
Now they say they'll guard their own. I don't know. Not had much. That's why I have a relationship with Kiel, and she kind of lets me know if any things are being moved on the black market down there. And when she came across this relic, she was kind enough to tell me, and then I've implored you to see if you can find it.
What time is it?
What time is it? It's probably like 6-ish. Your butt is about to be finished, so y'all can eat.
We're still waiting.
I was trying to make a transmuter stone, but it takes 8 hours. So
Mm.
I asked the bug goes, I'm like, hey, remember all that food that just keeps reappearing upstairs? It's crazy, ain't it? You had to be there.
Also, when we get back, do you care to maybe, if you can, try to find me a pair of sending stones?
Sending stuff.
If you're an archmage, I mean, I assume it wouldn't be that hard for you. Just one set.
But you have a cleric.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can try to procure some, sure.
We have a set.
Ours are high tech than just stones.
Oh, the sending for some. I'll have you know I helped Hal design those track stones. We also made them to where, you know, he told you about not to smash it, right? Unless just absolutely
I
necessary.
kind of figured it out.
Oh.
I'm just looking at. I mean, if you just take some time with it, you can kind of figure
Oh,
out.
okay. That's what I was saying. Did you like destroy it?
No.
So, is there anything you guys want to do in the meantime?
Well, I mean, we need to have a meeting.
Oh.
Meeting.
Hold up. I want to ask Aldani first.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Mark.
What kind of pool do you have at the college? I'm assuming a large one, right?
A decent amount, I guess. I've seemed to have angered a lot of people in the college area. But
What about on the students?
students, the ones that I've had as a professor, or just students in
Just
general?
in general. Say if you recommend them to do something, what's the likelihood they do it? And let's say that likelihood was,
Slim.
I don't know, get on a boat, possibly save the world, happen to know how to cook and be a nurse. You know, just throwing some ideas out there.
So most of the students here are aspiring to be in political realms, professors themselves, or some sort of court in their hometown place.
Okay.
I doubt, man.
So I need to find the dropouts. Where are the dropouts?
I mean, could we hook them up with some
Dropouts.
credits?
You get some, like travel abroad.
Yeah, like some work-study program.
I mean, I can
We
always
can
see
call
if
it an internship.
any
if
of
we
my
really
kids
want
want to do extra credit, maybe.
Extra. 60 days or so.
I mean, potentially. I can ask.
Some war
Uh,
maintenance. Further from the college of
Most
education.
of these, if you will, they're 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds that are trying
That's
to...
fine.
No.
What could possibly go wrong?
Death.
that are trying to learn. Most of your advanced upperclassmen and women are navigating elsewhere in the world, performing research studies, hypotheses, studies, and theories.
Do you think the colleges, any of the more powerful mages there, are going to help with the war effort? For Bolgia?
I doubt here. Norgel has been a place of neutrality for the most part. That's kind of why it was a good spot to put the assembly stuff, is because the sway here is...
I understand that, but you voted for it.
Well, yeah, I voted for it, but, I mean, I'm no king, no queen. I can't raise the banner and send the men and women. It's more of a personal decision for Norgel. It's not to say that King Matthias, since Nico won't summon some more mages to send, I don't know.
Where'd Nico go?
Strictly after placing his reservations at Baltic Inn, he was summoned by King Matthias.
Oh, weren't we supposed to meet him, like have dinner or something?
History.
I feel like we were. Or no, not him, not Nico. It's the guy from the Half-Blood Conqueror.
Baden.
Keyray.
Oh, yeah.
Baden's still here. He was gonna... he said he had some business to take. Someone to speak to, some sort of meeting he was having at the SATG, the Sculptor's Ambition Tavern and Gallery. He was having dinner with an individual there tonight. I'm not sure.
As soon as he says that, I turn and walk out the door. I'm gone.
Hey, he's picking it up after me. What happened to the team meeting?
It's more important.
Board what?
We got all night.
Y'all just leave, like, as soon as he
I
says
do.
that, just going.
I don't know if they do, but I do.
Well, no. Okay.
We're late for something. I sliced off a piece of pork, but pretty good.
I'm just looking.
Last 3rd level spell. We'll send a message to Baden Keyray. We're on our way. Sorry.
Forgot.
Okay,
I'd say that.
good deal. I was starting to wonder. I was about to leave because I thought.
On the way there. What are we meeting him for again? I forgot everything.
Oh, natural. Just make sure
I know what kind of something I want to talk to him about, but I don't remember like the main purpose of what we were doing.
I don't remember. What you all-
Natural 20 on my history check.
I really can't remember.
I don't know what you all were going to speak to him about because it was
Well,
like,
I had
hey, we
one
want to
thing
meet
I wanted
and
to
we
talk
want
to
to
him
talk to
about.
him, and then I
Was it
don't know
about
past that.
the war? Was it about...
No, because he was a big supporter of the war, and he already told me that the Half-Blood Congregate were going to be sending them.
Was it about that campaign we played where he was in it and we were wondering what the timeline's going on here?
I think
No.
you told us that.
I had something I was going to talk to him about.
It was dinosaurs or something, wasn't it?
What?
Can't remember we heard the footsteps back here. Footsteps were dinosaurs. You noticed that last time.
You lost me. I don't remember that.
On that bombshell. Don't forget.
I wonder where I put that. So you all are making your way
Go
to.
back and watch the game film here, because I don't remember what's going on.
All 22.
Braden, Keyray.
Yeah. So you make it to the Sculptor's Ambition Tavern and Gallery. Actually, as a gateway of sorts between the living quarter and the inventor's quarter. The SATG has an artsy feel to it. Inside of the tavern and gallery is filled with statues, sculptures, paintings, drawings, and other various collections of art from all over Manola. There are also several tables that made more private in the layout provided by the host here, which are 2 dragonborns. And as you enter, you see them. Hello.
Hello.
Brings you to the tavern and gallery.
And we're here to meet Baden Keyray.
I'm just pulling shit out of my pocket and eating it. Dinner?
There's a bit of gold on this.
Please, sir, refrain from eating edibles from your pocket. We experience fine dining
He's got pocket
here.
butt.
In the trash. where
Grease
it's
just
all-
dripping down his pants.
Dude, this is a fancy establishment. Just wait till we sit down.
I got the finest
It's
pork
like-
butt at the butcher.
It's like when you go to see a play, you sneak in food from your home.
You have to wait till you sit down.
Yeah, you don't do it when you're at the reception.
Please proceed.
Thank you. I am Periax.
Perry.
Periax.
Oh.
And my counterpart is Molinik. And you see, like, they're golden dragonborns.
Of course. I'm over it.
You see a lot of different classes of people, even though it's supposed to be a fine dining experience. They're all sitting around in low lit tables having kind of hushed conversations. And as you kind of walk by, they have some, like, you know, open doors, like where you would actually stay and sleep if you're using it as the tavern, or as the inn, I mean. And it looks like they have, each room is designed with an elegant theme, whether it's art of flowers or art of cooking, it's seas, sunset, moons, etc. And each room is beautiful. It has a very wooden style feel to it, and even like your chairs and seats and stuff are all lined with like silk pillows, and it's a very nice establishment. Up above you is like a blue dome ceiling that provides an excellent view of the city skyline, and since you are going in the evening, kind of like the sunset, you can start to see the moons and the stars appearing. You eventually, are you here reservations or?
Yeah, the Archmage Maiden Keyray.
Master Keyray. Follow me, please. And she takes you, and you kind of walk around the way, and you finally get to a table that's set up in like a half circle kind of area. And on one side of it is like this wooden style risen platform that has this like chunk of iron in the very center. And Baden's kind of sitting on one side of the semicircle, and then the chairs are kind of around that area. So you guys sit down. She's like, Molinik will be over here to provide your dinner here soon.
It's kind of.
This is Hibachi.
My fair lady.
Or a
Do
Korean
you
barbecue.
happen to, since you're dragonborn in nature, do you happen to have, when I pull up my stone, any of these? I'm kind of in collection.
May I?
Coordination.
So some sort of sculpture. Wonder if I can adorn this on. This would make it. Can I have this?
No.
Oh.
As I said, I was in collection. I didn't know if you had any more.
No, but if you find any more that you don't want, I'd like to fix it on the sculpture eyes. It would be just a nice touch to it.
I'll keep you in mind.
There you go.
What color is yours?
Green.
Is it warm?
I'm for sure. You got any cold ones?
I have a green one though.
And she like smiles a toothy grin,
I just let my touch hang out on
and then she turns and leaves. And Baden's sitting there, you know, in his robes and stuff. And he's like, "Well, Violet."
So sorry, we got caught up doing some other things after the assembly.
Oh no, you're fine. I understand. Don't have an appointment until later tonight anyway, unless Cortland checks in quicker, then I may have to split, and I apologize in advance for that. But
When's the last time he's checked in with you?
this morning, I guess.
Have you heard him talk about a girl named Leah?
Said he's made an acquaintance that she has proven to be of help. Apparently, they've run into some strong enemies in the Phoenician ruins. But yeah. He said that they think that what they're searching to find is going well. They're getting close.
What exactly are they looking for?
I'm not sure. Some sort of source of drone magic. As to actually what, if it's an artifact, if it's an item, if it's just like an open well of source magic, what it is, but it's manipulating the environment in and around Phoenicia. So
If they require, do you have a quick way of getting there?
yeah, I mean I can teleport there pretty quickly, I believe.
If you have to go quickly, would you mind letting letting us know and maybe taking us with you.
Well, I could potentially arrange it, yeah. I think so.
You can teleport.
Was this in the Manola village?
Let us know.
No, this will be in the Isles of Sodom.
Yeah. Maybe a quick way back. Or there. Could you take us back here if we need to get back?
Yeah, probably not the same day.
Something to keep in mind.
But I'm always at the expense of being summoned by a host of people. Me and Court Wizard Nico have a ongoing experiment. It hasn't lately needed my immediate attention, but I can see where it may.
So what are the next steps after that last assembly meeting? Are there any sanctions against the goalies?
So, I guess yes, in an extent. Me and Nico, I knew about it previously, and I'd already decided how I would stand when it was brought up. But, it seems to me Nico and Aldoni are under the same understanding, and we're not going to deal with any of the Goliaths. But it's a weird concept, because we've looked at the Giants' Trust as one entity for so long, and now it's two. So it's how do we provide support to Firbolgia without accidentally providing support to the Goliaths, because who knows what ports are owned by who at this point in time, especially if that I'm not I don't have all of the knowledge of how the battles and war has been going, where Nico seems to know a little bit more about who owns what and where. But what I do know is that it would be a weird thing to be thinking you're sending support to Firbolgia and you're actually sending it to a port that's controlled by Goliaths.
Yeah, definitely. I have to wait until we make land fall.
I would teleport there to see what's going on.
Dangerous.
That's dangerous, especially now that I've outspoken. Where I do know of one thing, and this was bothering Nico. Do you know anything about the Stones of Lek? So, in King Gorlek, he overthrew his father.
Mm-hmm.
And he's assembled this council, if you will, of half-giant wizards and wizardresses, arcanists, each powerful in their own style. One of them, I'm pretty sure, is necromantic. One of them is evocative. There's a lot of different styles of magic that they practice.
Those wizards, they're the Stones of Lek.
Yes. And each Stone of Lek has been kind of leading their own forces eastward.
Makes sense.
That's a question, third party looking in. Why aren't the goalies the bad guys? No offense. But did the bugbears not come in and start taking over their land?
That is what I understand, but they were welcomed at the beginning.
They've lived together for how long?
Hundreds of years.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean, did the bugbears start repopulating and taking over? I don't know. I'm just.
I wouldn't say taking over implies. That implies like militaristic things. I would say it was more just expanding. But it's not like they didn't provide services. The way I understand, they took a bulk of the farming and fishing and provided warriors for pirate raids and all of those things. It's almost like the Firbolgs and the Bugbears got along better than the Firbolgs and the Goliaths did. And so the Bugbears and the Firbolgs began to have more united fronts during political matters, more united fronts when it came to trading and it like the Goliaths were left out.
Yes, it was. Bugbears, as you know, are not seen as civilized, but we started to grow, started to learn as a people, and started to want to be treated as equals.
My purpose is, if all the land's already claimed, and you don't have land, no matter where you go, you would be seen as a parasite. So, no matter where the bugbears, even though they've been around just as long as any other race, if they don't have anywhere that's politically deemed theirs, wherever they go, they're going to be an outsider. But the furbolgs appreciated them being there. It was the Goliaths who didn't, eventually. So I don't know if that determines why Goliaths are bad, or if Goliaths are just trying to keep what's theirs.
Are the Goliaths killing furbolgs too? Is this a
Since
total takeover?
Since the furbolgs went to the defense of the bugbears, yes. You may know her. I'm sure Ambassador does it. So there was a female person that is appointed from the Furbolgia side. Her name was Bishop Ivy. And she would represent the furbolgs and the bugbears. While the king is appointed from the Goliath side, who would represent all the Goliaths and the clans and stuff there. And basically, she's went missing. But she was the one who determined to form the bugbear army and try to hold their own against the Goli war machine.
Bishop, have you over there?
Yeah, the king basically gave her the ultimatum to help protect the bugbears or let them go, and she decided to help and protect, therefore destroying her union with her appointed king.
So what's this accusation of the bugbears killing, murdering some important Goliath official?
So there was a vote not too long ago. And during this vote, the king of the Goliaths was killed. So his son took over as the newly appointed king.
But didn't you just say earlier that he overthrew his father?
Overthrew his father. That's what I believe. But
Pretty well common.
it's easier to label someone that you hate as the murderer, which is where I think Straub was pulling his accusations from. Strange, Craeloth, that they picked you, though.
Because this isn't even would have been known to the outside world if it was the knowledge wouldn't have been spread. It was stuck in Maple Dock.
So the war was going on when you left?
No.
What changed
That's
in your life
a good point.
to where you were no longer just Craeloth and you became Ambassador Craeloth?
It was during the time when...
Like, were you always set to go through the tutelage to become an ambassador? Or was it just kind of...
Just the way we grew up, I always wanted bugbear rights, and that's the best way I could do it.
That's fair enough. Noble cause.
So about Bishop Ivy. She was charged with the defense of the bugbears and the furbolgs when the aggression started.
Basically, the king decided the bugbears would be ridded of the island. You would be...
Because they killed
the king. Therefore, all bugbears were banished. And if they didn't leave, they were killed.
But this happened after I had been.
This is where the timeline gets funny, because I'm not sure I wasn't there.
Yeah. I wasn't. There was no conflict when I left, or I wouldn't have left.
Right. So it was probably a political discussion behind closed doors, and...
So you didn't know about all this going on before?
But this answers questions, though, because I don't remember that night. I just woke up on a ship. There was some mysteriousness going on, but it was not me. My brother was involved with some things. But Bishop Ivy,
GJ.
yeah, GJ, but he's since been killed. But if Bishop Ivy is who I was accused of murdering, right? Bishop
No,
Ivy?
you're accused of murdering the king of Goliath.
Okay. Okay.
The bishop's missing, but I mean, from my point of view, I think the Goliaths have her. From other points of view, they're blaming the bugbears. So
Yeah, I think they're the aggressors and they're trying to make it seem like we are, but
I don't know.
there's no way this is gonna end in us with blood.
I believe so. The council seems to either not care or they don't want to side one way or another.
I thought with for bold lives at stake, maybe they would care more, but seems like they don't care about them either.
Well, I mean, the council voted to, they voted for the furbolgs and the bugbears.
3 of us, yeah.
But majority rules.
That is true, but what's become known is if, like, the Devil's Revelry, like where they basically didn't vote, they didn't cast, they're not going to support.
Who was it that voted for else besides the Goliaths?
Just the Goliaths. They were on the island by themselves.
So it was voted 3-1 and 1 abstaining.
So there's.
I thought it was 2-2. Aldoni was the deciding vote.
One was like they didn't do. So there's 3 options. One was for.
Yeah, you can vote for, against, or abstain from the vote.
Yeah. So.
Just trying to remember. I thought the Devil's Revelry voted for the Goliaths. Would you send us an email that has a recap on that?
Yeah. So the conclave stands with Stamrin. So the dwarves are with Stamrin. Stroth Polkton, which he is the Sons of the Wolf. So he draw Aldoni, stood with Stamrin. Baden was the deciding factor, and he stood with Stamrin. Lady Knave Undrex of the Revelry, she said draw, so she abstained. Collins stood with Stamrin. Strav, he abstained. Aldoni stood with Stamrin. Keyray stood with Stamrin. The 2 people, Nico and Shaw, they don't get to vote.
Well, so they didn't technically.
It's not.
They voted to do nothing. They didn't vote. They didn't just not vote.
Right.
Okay.
They voted to just let it transpire.
Okay.
And that it's like so. The council itself is a place. If enough people would have thought Shaw was in the wrong, we could dismember him from the assembly. But 2 people just decided not to intervene and let it transpire, more or less.
Does Baden represent Norgel?
Baden represents the half-blood congregate.
Okay. So since
Norgel is represented by Aldoni.
Since he represents the half-blood congregate, he stands with Stamrin, and Stamrin is sending army from Loose Bolton. Does that mean that the half-blood congregate is going to send some armies, or?
I am arranging men. Yes.
Okay.
Are the dwarves?
The dwarves, yeah.
Is
Collins is arranging. I'm not sure.
We know the Loose Bolton army will be there in around 50.
Yes, sure that
50-ish days.
they're following King Matthias' orders since he ordered that.
So the conclave and the half-blood congregate will pretty much ride on them. We won't have as many men to provide as Stamrin, but we will send our men on the coattails of theirs. I'm just the wizard.
Yeah,
I can give the recommendations and the king decides. So.
Well, your vote is the decider, isn't it?
In assembly matters.
Ah.
Think about it as, you
The
know,
king trusts his decision on political
assembly.
But the king can just veto it if he doesn't agree.
right.
Gotcha. Well, this has been illuminating.
But King Matthias' reach is strong and reaches far. He
gets what he wants.
and those who go against him, he'll just cut you off, and then you're more screwed than if you would just help. I'm not sure who taught King Matthias all of his principles back when he was young, but whoever it was, they made a damned king out of him.
Yeah, look for the storybooks. Well, thanks, babe.
Welcome. Oh, food arrives, and the guy sets out. He just sets out like a mass array of meat, fruit, vegetables, all this stuff, and it's hot. And he sets it just like on this like the iron thing that sits within the wood, and it like heats up, and the food just like starts cooking itself, and he's just kind of. You see like all kinds of magic, and then the plates just appear, and the food jumps and builds itself in front of you, and he's like, "Thank you,
Amazing.
He threw shrimp in my mouth.
Wait, we can do the sake stream.
So y'all eat. That conversation transpires over dinner.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he's like, is there anything else I can assist?
I have a proposition, but it's going to require some time.
What is that?
I would propose a joining of forces, but I don't have the authority to do yet. But I feel that the mages and the people of my order need to work together.
The Golden Order.
Yes.
Probably.
There's some things going on within the order that I plan to snuff out, but
Oh yeah.
I'm just planning
That's
to
close
see.
to home. What? No one's heard from Volchi in a while.
I've heard very little, and that worries me.
Strange. You going back there anytime soon?
I would like to, but there's many other pressing matters.
Reach out when you do, and maybe me, or if not me, Cortland. That's something I may put on his tasks. Investigate the monastery. Something
If
strange.
you do, tell him to be careful.
Okay. Well, I'll probably tell him to wait and go with you. That way there's two people. You know, you all are friends, clearly, and you all can kind of take on the matter together and see what's... Cortland's a good wizard in his own right. He's young, he's learning, but he's a good one. He spends a lot of money. But...
Happy to be on the receiving end of that one.
See why you're such good friends. He gets
But
his job done,
I'm
though.
Just planting a seed. I don't agree with all the things that my order has done in the past, or even some of the stuff they do
Don't
now.
know. So much closed door stuff. That might be a conversation for me and you to have and see what we can determine.
Like I said, just planting a seed.
I don't like it when it's in the homeland. That needs to be fixed. Which I'm sure all of us can agree with that statement.
Too true.
Do you know anything about the lightless well?
The lifeless well.
You heard of that artifact? It's a mirror.
I don't believe I have.
That's fine. I just...
Definitely have not. I know
Also, okay, keep it.
probably, I guess you have an employer searching for this said lightless well.
Yeah, that's Aldoni.
Have you ever been to the Mystery Manor, Midnight Manor?
Honestly, I have no idea what
Myrtle.
you're talking about.
Myrtle Mansion?
I'm not one to frequent Norgel often, only for these stupid meetings. So, when it comes to the ins and outs, I literally stay here. Sometimes I visit Aldoni or I'll visit whomever, but I pretty much teleport in, teleport out. It's probably getting like 8. Getting dark. Oh yeah, it's starting to get dark. Twilight. It's like, but if there's nothing else, I have an early morning. I think I'm going to go turn in.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the woman Silvana? I don't remember if we talked about this before. Silvana.
I'll just describe her in very well detail.
The name rings a bell. Something. I think she went by a different name, Daughter of Dragons. Is that the same person? Information?
Apparently.
She
You don't
may.
know that.
I don't. I didn't know that. Oh,
She
no.
may.
I don't know. Sounds like a pretty good
I
guess.
don't think you know that. Or did Aldoni tell us that? Or did the gold?
Yeah, I don't know. I need to told you.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. I know. I forgot. But anyway.
That's my fault. I get in two conversations mixed up.
He says, I believe she made a trek through the congregate at one point in time.
Not too long ago.
I feel like it was a long time ago.
Well, she's made another one here more recently.
What's your dealings with her?
Oh, it's a long time. You're old, right?
Fairly old, yes.
Not very polite. What do I know? I go 6th grade.
How long?
I live a long time. Yeah, I guess it's been, I don't know, 20-some-ish years ago.
Was she a kid?
Was she a kid? No.
20 years should have been. Not that old.
How old are you?
18. Well, she would have been younger. Young, pretty young.
I mean, she
Yes,
just
like
looked like a
she
young
did.
woman. I mean, don't know past that. But, I mean, I remember her coming into the court in Islavia to represent, or present some case, and whatever it was, she gained access to the library there to investigate some dealing. Not sure.
We'll lean over to Newt. Do we want to ask him about the anchor?
Yeah. I will. Just ask him if he knows where it's been.
I can't remember what we talked to him about when we were at the congregate. I feel like this might be some redundant information.
Well, it's okay. Even if it is.
Do you know anything about the anchor?
So, the anchor as in...
The book. Blue, written on the pages, gold writing.
Yes. So he's looking, and he's like scanning through his mind. He's like, anchor. I don't know. I've heard the term tossed around between the wizards. I feel like it is a highly coveted item for whatever reason. I've never actually had it myself or seen it.
Just while we're talking, like throughout the whole night, like this seems like it's actually baiting Keyray, right?
Yeah, it seems.
What a twist!
As far as you know.
Well, I'm about to share some information, but I just want to find out. Just make a check or anything.
Yeah, you can do an insight check.
It's either 14 or 12. 14.
Seems to be.
I hate that answer.
Some information on the anchor that we've just recently found out, or the book. The anchor is located within the book. You've
Within
heard
the
of-
book itself.
Yeah. It is a seal of sorts. You've heard of the Princess of Peace
Yeah.
and their
No,
story.
that story pretty well. Yeah.
You know, they sealed
Mm-hmm.
Bane.
Wasn't King Matthias part of that?
Do you believe the story?
I wonder what he does.
That's what the story say.
extra equipment.
But
we're gonna do.
They say the king's. I don't know if this information you all privy to or not. They say the king's losing his mind.
He is extremely old for a human.
Yeah, but
Did the last king lose his mind?
I think there's more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a king before him
Apostolic.
who also lost his mind. His name was Asta.
Apostolic.
Yeah,
Mad
it's
King
still,
Asta.
it's in the, well, the city, or the town of Ostolinic is built around the structure he was making.
Yeah, he wanted to
But then he fell
build
off.
structure to the heavens. Son of King Newt.
Some say he fell off, some say he was pushed, some say he never fell at all. Some say he ascended.
Anyway,
Regardless.
the seal, the anchor, it holds the seal to the void.
What
Or is
would
the
have been
seal.
Avalon, Coaley, and all of them that sealed Bane.
And themselves.
Mm.
And from what we've heard, the seal's causing some issues.
What kind of issues?
Souls getting caught.
Mm. So there's a religious belief, thought that when a soul passes, it must pass through the void plane. And as it goes through, if there was a tear in the void plane, or an entrance or a pocket that was opened and sealed, souls could get caught. Maybe that's the magic that's within this book, Anchor.
This is what brings me to the whole conversation about, a compromise between the wizards and the clerics of the order. If I had my guess, I was, once tasked to retrieve this book.
I feel like a lot of people have probably been tasked to retrieve this book.
I'm sure if I was successful, they would have just hidden it away deep in the depths of Vanchi. But if this is causing issues that we've been told, it's something that needs to be investigated.
Have you been able to prove that it's causing these issues? Like, where does that theory resonate?
Well, Aldoni's one.
Hmm.
I have on good word of another.
Seems to me you need to find the book.
It's kind of the vibe we've been catching from everybody we've talked to.
Any idea where it is? Any clues?
Maybe
It might be.
bugbear. I know. Might know more. I don't know where he's at.
You just keep getting information too late. It seems like. Well, he's just like a couple steps behind.
Well, I would, it's hard to locate an object when I haven't seen it.
I've seen it. I've held it.
What happened?
Just take popcorn. Slipped right there.
Have you heard of the city of Boston? What happened there?
Was a city, right? Yeah. Heard about the,
Well, last time I was there, it was a city.
So you were there the night that the dead came from the water.
Unfortunately.
That was an event to see, I'm sure.
Think it has anything to do with a necromancer? Strong?
Don't know.
I mean, why would they be attacking the Barley Sea?
Maybe they want the book.
Then that's where you saw the book. Probably more
And
than
it wasn't the Goliaths.
There's one last thing that I will let you be privy to. There's a chaos factor. You all have got my brain started on King Asta. You probably need to go to Ostolinic. You need to investigate this structure.
Add it to the list. Didn't at one point, I know my mom went there.
She's been everywhere.
Yeah.
Out everywhere.
Maybe you need to dive more into seeing what King Osto saw or thought. Maybe he wasn't as crazy as people assume.
Well, I have been finding parts of his journal.
Has it opened up anything to you so far?
Seem to have a connection with Craeloth.
What kind of connection?
He just started giving history about Craeloth. That was, I don't know really yet. I just know it was, I have like a page and a half of his journal scattered.
Can I read that sometime?
But apparently my mother also worships Craeloth.
I can see why she would travel to Austin-Linux then.
I said a prayer one time and I felt something weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
So like a tingly feeling, like
Just sing vomit.
like right below your belly button.
In the middle of my back.
Anyway, good luck on your adventures. If you need me, you know where to find me, Violet. Ambassador, good luck. I will provide counsel and advisement. Although there's something you must know. I don't know how much Aldoni's told you, or like Nico will be your contact, because the assembly oaths that we take magically forbids us to engage with another court wizard unless it is the direct debater, the master debater.
You can't talk to.
I can talk, but I can't.
You can't
take
talk
any
about
sort of violent, aggressive actions
against another wizard.
unless it is the duel. Nico and Shaw will be the duelist. Nico will be your contact.
So they're gonna fight.
I assume. It's most of the time what happens. Just the way the assembly grows and progresses on is either Nico or Shaw will be killed.
When is this duel?
I assume Nico will arrive with the Stameranians.
Here?
No, this will be at Ferbolgia.
Oh.
Good luck.
Hopefully he's a cunning linguist to fight that master debater.
Hope so. Taking my leave on that. Let's just hope. Nico was very powerful in his own way, but Shaw's been around for a while, and he's not weak.
Never heard that before. That's a good one. I'm going to have to use that.
Like it's gonna
That's going in the notebook.
I think it's some awesome powers.
Oh, is it?
I don't think it's a critical role.
No, I feel like I heard somebody, but they might
It
have
had
been
to be.
referencing.
Yeah, that'd be Liam or Taliesin. Those are the two that would say.
I think it's Sam.
Okay, yeah, never
Yeah,
mind
I think
that.
something would say.
Forbade Keyray.
Alright. Well, thanks for dinner.
Thank you.
I'll see you next
for
time.
the conversation.
He returns to his. He must be staying there. He returns to his chambers or something.
I gotta go get Hulk.
We can go try and watch tonight, but if we were going to go in this, well, we still have to go talk to them before we can go in the manor. So maybe go peek at the ghost tonight. And
I'm
then
at least going to hang out around the thing within 100 feet of Hulk.
Yeah,
while we're there, we can talk to Kiel. Tell her to set it up for tomorrow, and then tomorrow night we can maybe perpetrate the manor.
Tomorrow will be the first round of the stadium. Awesome.
Yeah, maybe we need to do this tonight.
I'm tapped. We haven't even set up the meeting yet. It's what, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock?
It's probably
10 o'clock.
like 8:30.
Yeah, I guess tomorrow night.
I don't really care about participating.
I don't
I don't
Yeah,
I
have
feel like you have a
this.
pretty good chance of winning.
Well, it depends on who's driving.
What? What?
Me and Helios are fighting, right?
Uh-huh.
It depends on who's driving Helios, who's backing him up mentally at that time, whether I win or not. I think I have a better chance depending on.
Are you fighting Helios?
Yeah.
You find Helios?
We
Not round 1, round 2, probably.
round 2, yeah.
Oh.
Pretty
They're in the same bracket.
Yeah. It just depends on his mindset that day. I think I got a pretty good chance to end it. On who's driving his decisions.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting
All
out.
right. So I mean, I don't care about it. If you want to skip it, let's skip it.
I'm sure Helios will have. I'm sure while we're out doing that, he won't miss the arena.
All right, so as you guys are finishing supper, that is where we'll end this session.
I said that before. Now I gotta go in there and cut that part out.
And we'll pick up there next time.
Huh?